Okie pokey weirdos, I'm Rev, and welcome to my world of cosplay shenaniganery. And I have a box. I have a box full of boxes, and it's all cosplay stuff for my next couple of characters, Louis and Legoshi. So, let's start with Legoshi's stuff from top to bottom. First up, I have this box. It's so rare that the box actually has an image of the thing that's actually in it for me. Very top of Legoshi are the fuzzy ears. I went ahead and bought these instead of making them because it was going to be more efficient with spending the same amount of money I would have spent on fur, plus not having to take the time to make them. The only thing I do need to do for these is airbrushing, because this is the wig. I don't have a wig cap, but we're gonna look at it this way. The ears are extremely light compared to the wig, and Legoshi's a very dark wolf. But I do want the ears and the tail to be able to somewhat match the wig, at least go with it. Fluffiness. Love the fluffiness. Excuse me. Still trying to cuff up a lung just a little bit. But with these pieces being so light, they really are a stark contrast against the wig. So I also have this fur to make his gloves. For Legoshi, we have a collar ripped off of a denim jacket, and all of the fur on here has endings of black, little floofs, and various color changes throughout. So I want to airbrush both the tail and the ears to match this. That way it's darker for Legoshi, but we don't go too dark, and I can easily cosplay lighter colored wolves as well, because most characters that are wolves aren't normally as dark as Legoshi is. Since I have the tail out, this tail, the weight is weird. All the weight sits right here where all the stuffing is. So I'm looking at cutting open the tail and putting something heavy in it so that it'll swing right, because the weight is dragging it this way instead of letting it swing back and forth this way. Also, this is a waist tie tail, and that is not my thing. It's not going to work very well for Legoshi anyway, so I'm going to take the waist ties off and make a clip-on. And I also wanted Legoshi to be my Valentine's Day character. That's going to be cutting it really close, but I should be able to at least do his makeup test on Valentine's Day, I would hope. However, I have been missing on YouTube and all of my socials for live streaming for about a week because I got the COVID and I've been trying to cough up a lung lately. Feeling a little bit better today, so we're going to go over all of the pieces I have so far for these cosplays and give myself a recap, as well as you all a recap on what I need to get done, what I still need to buy, and what I still need to make. Then I need to do a practice makeup for Legoshi, as well as then properly do the makeup. But I gotta figure out what I want to do for him makeup-wise. And then moving top down, we also have white dress shirt. I have multiple white dress shirts for lots of different cosplays. Whee! And then for their vest and tie, for the school uniform for both Louis and Legoshi, I have copied this tie onto this fabric. This part is already cut out because I was using this tie as a prop for Dean, as well as I'm going to be wearing it for Castiel. But I also have this thick dark blue fabric to make the vest out of, so that we have a tie and a vest that match. The school uniforms, technically the tie and vest do not match, but that's what I'm working with because that's the kind of fabric I have. I also have a dark blue pillowcase to be the lining for this vest. Something for Legoshi that I had grabbed and then realized I'm not using are these. I have these in my stash from a Big Bad Wolf cosplay, but they felt a little too feminine for him. So I did grab this fabric to make gloves for him, just to make little hand cuff covers instead of completely covering the arm, and then I likely will wear a long sleeve gray shirt under the white dress shirt so that I can roll up his sleeves like Legoshi normally does. That is everything I have with me at the moment for Legoshi, but I still need his gray school uniform pants. I thought I had some gray slacks laying around here somewhere. I used to have some, but because within the past few years I've lost weight, I had gotten rid of them because they were way too big for me, not thinking about the fact that I could have easily altered them. So now I need to go to the thrift stores, hopefully within the next week, and grab black slacks and gray slacks, because I'm going to be cosplaying Castiel as well from Supernatural, and I don't have black slacks for him anymore either. Alright, moving on to Louis. I was throwing that wig around earlier. From top to bottom for Louis, this wig, it's mostly brown, but it's got blonde highlights in it. It's also a thrifted wig, so I'm more willing to mutilate it for this project. What I have, antlers. I sculpted these forever ago, and if you want to see the if you want to see the time lapse of that sculpt, I'll need your support on Ko-fi and Patreon, because the footage for these is stuck on a drive that is dead, so I need the professionals to rip the content off of it and put it on a drive that actually works. So we have the antlers, and the way I'm making the antlers stay on the wig is bottle top, unscrew, and shove the top of the bottle through the wefts. I'm gonna have to cut the wig apart a little bit to be able to do this in the right place, which is why it needs to be a wig that I'm okay with destroying. But then I screw the antler in to the bottle cap that's stuck in between the wig, and then that thing ain't going anywhere. It is really latched on. I wanted a way to get the antlers under the wig without seeing the headband over the top, as well as it to be really solidly on there, because it drives me nuts when I see people's antlers wobbling all over the place. I do need to flatten out this plastic for the bottle and then cover it likely with felt so that it has more grip. I still need to Mod Podge these again, because I added that extra bit that you can see the live stream on YouTube. So I'm going to Mod Podge the extra foam that I had added recently. Still dying. Okay. And then I have to do a base coat of dark brown paint, dry brush it with a lighter brown. I might want to Dremel these a little bit to get more texture in there before I start the painting. Other stuff for Louis. We already went over the school uniform with Legoshi, so we're good there. Oh, and along with Louis's school uniform, he wears the blazer. I do have a green blazer, but it's got dark blue houndstooth pattern in there as well. And so when I go to the thrift store for the gray slacks, I'm gonna see if I can't find a more appropriately green blazer for this dude. Something that will come closer to me being able to use that blazer for Loki as well. But this will work for a closet cosplay if I cannot find a greener blazer. I also pulled out felt because I'm going to make the patch on the blazer for Louis's uniform. I've got blonde fur for Louis. This is all I have left, so I have to be really careful with how I use it. I've got his ear base. I might make it a little smaller because I started making these 3 years ago. So I'm going to alter them, use this fur, and I had started making this deer tail for my OC from D&D. Her name is Flea, the forest fairy, but Louis doesn't have the white fluff on his tail. It's all this color, so I gotta make him a new tail. This is the vest I'm going to use as my example and make a pattern from for the blue vest for both of their school uniforms. I'm only going to make the one vest because it will fit me, and then I can use them for both. Next will be Louis's I'm going to call it a mob boss outfit. He's got his maroon jacket and maroon pants. I've got this jacket, which is actually the jacket I normally wear for the Mad Hatter, and I have a number of other cosplays that I keep in mind for this one. It's not a blazer like Louis has in the show, but it comes really close, and it's essentially a closet cosplay. Then I've got the pants. This was also for another character, but I make sure that all of my pieces are multi-purpose in some form, even if I just rip them apart and use them for something else after doing the original cosplay they were for. I've got the maroon, pinkish, reddish jacket and pants, but I do not have a green button-up shirt. I could make one. I don't really want to do that for a closet cosplay. I don't really want to do that for a closet cosplay though. So what I'm looking at doing is switching the colors between his tie and his dress shirt. So he will have a black dress shirt and a forest green tie. That'll be a lot quicker for me to make, easier to make, and I don't feel like it'll be a huge difference between what we're used to seeing for him on screen. Although, I will look for one of those dress shirts that's this color while I am thrifting, in hopes that I don't even have to make anything for that part of the outfit. And let's see if I have anything else in these boxes and bins. I do not. So that is everything I have for my 2 Beastars cosplays at the moment. Louis has a lot more work I still need to do because he has all these little pieces I need to work on. Legoshi is mostly airbrushing and finding those gray slacks. And I hope you will join me over on YouTube for everybody who's watching on Instagram, because I will live stream a lot of these builds, as well as I will be posting videos and shorts of these characters on YouTube once I get them done. Because I'm sick, I don't know when exactly I will be able to get them done, but save this thought for now. I am working on them slowly but surely during the times when I feel more up and energetic. Hopefully the sickiness will go away eventually, and I can go back to my regular live streams every morning from Monday through Thursday. With that, I greatly appreciate y'all hanging out with me here, and please remember those subs, comms, thumbs, and a ding, or a follow if you're on Instagram, some hearts, because we love, and welcome to the madness. You start.